Happy Friday, world. You know what time it is. It is once again the one and only Mykell Mathieu himself. I am here to go live and go crazy for you guys with your new favorite show, the M&M Show. That's right, the Mykell Mathieu Show. No Marshall Mathers over here. Mykell Mathieu. I am here to give you the happenings when it comes to the entertainment and sports world from my great perspective. And I'm one half of the Misfits. When you see that MF up there, make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube page, The Misfits Live. Me and my guy Elan, we got a lot of great things for you. And the squad is growing day by day. So, hey, it's a lot of action going on. But speaking about a lot of action, it is burning up in LA today. But the weather is it's not too bad. But it's so crazy. I don't know how many of you out there deal with allergies like myself, but when the weather is playing yo-yo, going back and forth, up and down, my allergies is not the greatest to me, but still having a good time, enjoying the sun outside. Actually, this is going to be a quick one today because I want to get out and enjoy some of the sun before, the playoff action starts off. And speaking of the playoff action, we got some games going on today. The Cleveland Cavaliers, who are down 2-0, are looking to go into Indy and say, hey, y'all stole our bikes from our house, taking 2 games. We need to try to do the same thing if we want to make this a series. And they have a chance tonight. The team is getting a little more healthier. Evan Mobley should be there for them. And they're like, hey, we should have won the last game. Halliburton made some great plays, made a big-time shot to steal that one. They're like, we're ready to go. We're ready to get this win. So it's going to be some great action. You're going to need the Cavaliers to be aggressive, do a lot of things that they did for most of game 2, just finish stronger if the game is there. But it's going to be tough going to Indiana. I always love watching Indiana play at home, all the way back to the Reggie Miller days in the 90s when I was a young pup, seeing Reggie and those guys and just that crowd, like the Hoosier State. They are a state for basketball, and they are going to be live and turned up because they smell blood in the water. Like I said yesterday, that for the Knicks going back home and for Indiana, game 3 is very important because you win this game, you truly hold the cards to the rest of this series. And if you lose, now game 4 becomes damn near a must win for you because you got to go back to the higher seed and play them game 5 in their home if it gets that far. So it's going to be a big one tonight. It's going to be fun. I know Donovan Mitchell is going to try to tap into some of that juice that he had back in the bubble and try to drop a 50-piece if need be to win. So it's going to be an exciting game. Make sure that you tap in. They're going to be playing in like 12 minutes. So I got to get ready for that. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be some good hoop. And the second game of the night is the Denver Nuggets. They're going to be at home. Series tied 1-1. They just got obliterated by the Oklahoma City Thunder. So they're trying to get a bounce back win. And we already know how tough it is to go into Colorado and pick up a win in Denver. And they're like, hey, we're not going to play any worse than we did in game 2. So we took that hit on the chin. We went in there game 1 and got a victory. So, hey, it is a big-time game that's going to be played there tonight. And, the Nuggets with Jokic and SGA, it's going to be so much fun. And I know that, OKC is like, hey, we got a chance to steal home court back away from the Nuggets. We pick up this win. So they are going to be fired up. Both of those teams are going to be looking to take a step ahead. And speaking about taking a step ahead, we saw yesterday the Minnesota Timberwolves, they took care of business, smacking up the Stepherless Golden State Warriors, picking up that win, doing what they were supposed to do. They got another scare with Ant, but that man got to be, speaking of superhuman, like Steph and LeBron, that man has to be superhuman because whenever he has an injury, he's limping to the locker room. I'm waiting for the wheelchair like Paul Pierce, but he always comes back and he's productive. They were able to get that win, and they're going to have a good chance in that series because Steph Curry may not be available until game 6. So if Minnesota can take care of business like they did at home in game 2, the rest of the games without Steph, we might not even get to a game 6 if the Golden State Warriors can't find offense. Jimmy Butler, Does he still have it in him to steal a game? Can that Miami Heat, that prime Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler show up and help them steal one of these games before Steph can get back? Because it is going to be needed. Clearly, he needs offensive help because he didn't have enough yesterday, and it looked bad for them and could look bad for them the rest of the way if they don't find a way to find some offense to help Jimmy Butler. And he has to play like what I used to call him, the poor man's version of Michael Jordan. He has to get back to that guy because they need it with Golden State without Steph Curry. But I had Minnesota winning that series in 6 games. I still think that they find a way to do that. But man, it's going to be up to Jimmy. He has to play great. And we got to talk about it because everybody's been talking about it. Draymond Green, that man is out there continuing to smack and whack people up. He doesn't care if you're a foreigner. He don't care who you are. You are going to get some type of hands, and he's going to do it in a way that doesn't get him kicked out. It's crazy that he doesn't get these flagrant fouls and things like that. But, you know, you want to see the best players on the court, so I'm happy they don't find ways to kick him out because Draymond, he's very important for the Golden State Warriors. And it was crazy last night. Draymond in his interview, real brief, and he just said it, pretty much saying, I am not a crazy black man. So it had me thinking to myself, is Draymond a crazy black man or is he just a dirty basketball player? I'm going to go with the latter. I just think he is a dirty basketball player. We all been there before. We've played hoop with guys that we knew that weren't too great. They couldn't out dribble people. They couldn't out shoot people. They couldn't do a lot of things, but they just played hard and they were a little dirty to where you had to watch them. And I don't think, Draymond is a Michigan State grad, I believe. He's, is a family guy. Every teammate says he's a great teammate, except for Jordan Poole, of course. But everybody else says he's a great teammate. And I just think that the way that he plays, what gets him going is a little tricky stuff, and it can be a little dirty. And, you see it. Chris Paul is a guy that's like that. He's a little tricky, does some dirty things, but it's a part of his games. If you've been watching hoop as long as I have, in the 90s, John Stockton, Hall of Famer, we all know him, Dream Team member. He was a dirty player, and that was just a part of their game. It's like, this is how I have to get myself going. I'm not out jumping anybody. I'm not outrunning anybody. I'm not out scoring, out shooting, doing nothing better than a lot of these other guys. So I have to find a way, and being a little gritty, being a little dirty is what Draymond is. So all this crazy black man talk, we already know the stigma that it is on black men, period, that they try to put us in this bubble that we're all some type of way, like everybody is a Malcolm X or, etc. Whereas some people that's just chill, that's real, real cool dudes that are black men. And not everybody is too real turned up with their energy and things like that. And Draymond is not that guy. Once you get on the battlefield, which is the basketball court, the gridiron, wherever you may play a sport, even if you go into a local 24-hour gym, you have to show up. And it's like, hey, I don't care if you're my homie, my mama, my granny, my best friend, whomever you are. Once we step in between the lines, it's war. And once Draymond gets in between the lines, it is war. And a lot of stuff goes out of his head. So he's not some crazy black man just walking around this earth daily doing crazy stuff. But on the court, he's a little dirty and he's crazy there. And it has helped him become a Hall of Fame NBA player and a champion. So you got to show some love to him. It's crazy. If you're not a fan of the Warriors and Draymond Green, you hate him. But if you are a fan of that team, we need more of it because we have no Steph and we need you to make all the games muggy and try to get under, people's try to get in people's skin and make it tough. But it's going to be some great basketball this entire weekend. Of course, tonight, once again, we got the 2 games, one coming up in 5 minutes. Cleveland Cavaliers, Indiana. Can the Cavs make it 2-1? Who's going to take the lead in Denver and OKC? I got OKC tonight in Denver getting the win. And then, of course, Saturday, which I'm really looking for. I cannot wait to see the Mecca turning up for game 3 against the Boston Celtics tomorrow. They are going to bring the type of energy that all basketball fans want to see from their team fans. Like, it is going to be so turned up. I'm kind of jealous I'm not going to be out there in the Mecca, because Madison Square Garden, up 2-0 against the rival Boston Celtics, with a chance to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, where if things go the way that they're looking, they could possibly be the team that has the home court advantage in the Eastern Conference Finals. So it is going to be lit. It is going to be exciting. If you're a hoop fan, you better be tuning in on Saturday inside of the Madison Square Garden, because that energy is going to be crazy. And I know that Boston is going to be looking to turn things around. Jalen Brunson and his crew is going to be looking to shut things down and trying to take a 3-0 lead. But, I can't wait to see that. So NBA playoff basketball is going to be fun. It's going to be turned up. I hope you're ready for it. With the NFL, a lot of rookie mini camps are going on. You know, I'm the Chief guy, Chiefs Kingdom till I die. They finished their camp up last week, but you got like the Browns starting today. So Shador Sanders got his first reps in that orange brown uniform, along with Dylan Gabriel and the other draft picks and, undrafted free agents. So it's a lot of that going on. The Chargers got it rolling today. So make sure you go and follow, tap in with your favorite team, because the action is getting cracking there in NFL, and the Rooks are getting their feet wet, which is always fun times to see them getting ready to play. Man, I'm excited because, the sports world, it is going up, especially in LA. And, when it comes to LA, when we think about basketball, or when we think about sports, period, we think about sorry, it froze up there. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. But when you think about sports, period, when it comes to LA, we always had a face. In the 80s, it was Magic Johnson. In the 90s, eventually Shaq came and he became the face of LA sports. In the 2000s, of course, it became the late, great Kobe Bean Bryant. So, man, I'm excited to who a lot of people think the new guy is, because for me, it comes down to a few names. I believe that Matthew Stafford is one of the names that has to be on the list. He led the Rams to a Super Bowl. He had the team close to another berth inside of the NFC Championship. And, I feel he's the face of NFL football here in Los Angeles, because the Rams are the better and bigger team when it comes to the Chargers. And then, you have LeBron James with the Lakers. Luka, they're hoping, is to become the new guy, but LeBron right now is the face of the Lakers still, even though he's close to being on his way out. But who I think the face of Los Angeles sports is, which is very important, because I know I might be biased, but I still feel that LA is the greatest sports city in the entire world. The face of LA sports to me is none other than Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Dodgers. That guy is box office. He helped bring a World Series his first year to the Dodgers. If you haven't been to a Dodger game yet to feel that energy, that aura that he brings whenever he is at bat, you don't understand what you are missing. Ohtani is a clear-cut guy, with LeBron James being a close second, and then Stafford and some other guys being behind him. But this is Shohei Ohtani's town. He can do whatever he wants. I'm pretty sure he can pull up to any cookout, any barbecue, any barbershop, and get free food, free haircut, free fits from any clothing spot. Like, he is the star of all stars now in Los Angeles. And like I said earlier, it's weird because we used to it being a hoop guy. We used to it being a Magic, Shaq, Kobe, being the face of it. LeBron James even had his moments as the face, especially when the Lakers won in 2020. But right now, and in the near future, it is all Shohei Ohtani. He is that guy when it comes to the new face of LA sports. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being a LeBron hater, like some people call me. Maybe Matthew Stafford is bigger than what I think he is. Maybe it's somebody. Maybe it's Justin Herbert of the Chargers. Y'all can always let me know, just by commenting here on the video and showing love on the Misfits Live YouTube page. Subscribe. But I'm going to say Shohei Ohtani because He is Mr. Aura when it comes to baseball. He is Mr. Aura when it comes to LA sports. And as you know, Lakers, Dodgers are the meccas of LA sports. But right now, Dodgers have a slight edge because they won a championship more recently. So you're seeing Dodger hats everywhere. I'm an Angel guy, but I still make sure I rock some Dodger blue to show love because it's their city, it's the Dodgers. And that's gonna be it for me when it comes to the sports on today. But I am more than just a sports guy. Mr. Mykell Mathieu is a guy that is tapped into entertainment. He's tapped into music and so much more. And I got to talk about some things because with social media, for those who don't be on social media, it'd be a lot of things that pops up that's crazy, that's wild, that you like, what? And I know a lot of people, especially in my age group, 35 and up, some has kind of took a step away from social media, so they don't know what's going on. But one of the stories that really caught my attention is kids out here doing these pranks and challenges, and getting themselves in trouble are causing others to get in trouble. And one of the situations, a story of a kid being killed doing ding dong ditch at 3 a.m. trying to play with somebody at their house that early in the morning where they probably got to wake up and go to work. But the crazy part, it was a white male, a young high school kid was killed by an African American male. I'm looking at the story here. Mykell Brosworth Jr. He suffered gun wounds because this guy heard at 3 in the morning somebody playing at the door. What's going on? They trying to break in. He just started firing. And now he is held in jail. The homeowner, Tyler Chase Butler, was arrested and he's being charged with second-degree murder, malicious wounding, and a use of a firearm and commission of a felony, which I believe is crazy. If it was the other way around, I do not think we will be in the same situation. Of course, people will be coming out and talking. I love my people because we're going to always try to ride for hours for the most part. But this situation, what they doing to our brother, hopefully we find a way to be there for him because he's just protecting his home. He hears some noise at 3 in the morning. He don't know what the hell is going on. And most people, you hear that, you strapped, you're going to try to protect your own. And he did exactly that. So I'm going to make sure I follow along with the story. If you don't know what had happened in Virginia, go look it up. Mykell Bosworth Jr. was killed by Tyler Chase Butler. Tyler Chase Butler was protecting his home. So hopefully he can find himself back home. He has no bail right now, or no bond, which is tough. But it is a situation that these kids have to learn. Do not play these games when it comes to these pranks because you're dealing with grown people who can hurt you and who will hurt you to protect themselves. He don't know what's going on at 3 in the morning. He don't know if somebody was trying to break in. So it's a unique situation, something I'm going to follow along, and you should too. And just to keep it there with the pranks, because TikTok, as dope as it is and great for a lot of people in their careers and just fun, it brings a lot of weird stuff. And the prank videos, of course, I just talked about, but then these different challenges. And one of the challenges, I don't know if you have a kid out there that's in high school or middle school. These days, kids are getting Chromebooks, which are like laptops they're given from the school, and they can, use them to do their work and things like that. There is actually a challenge where kids are placing things in their charger port, like pencils, pens, safety pins, where they're like potentially causing fires in bathrooms, in classrooms, to record and just to get likes and hits. And of course, everybody wants to go viral. Everybody wants to blow up on social media if they can. But that is not the way to do it. It is dumb. It is dangerous. People can use their lives. So hopefully, guys out there, if you got kids, tap in with them. Say, yo, don't do none of this silly stuff. We not trying to deal with no lawsuits. You hurting someone or you hurting yourself, because it is not worth it. To get a little fame doing ignorant stuff, it's not even worth it. Like, that's, anybody can go out there and do that. And it doesn't make you bigger or better than anybody. It just makes you a little more dumber than other people, because you can cause harm to others. You can cause harm to yourself, and it's not a good look. To tap in, to step away from some serious stuff, to tap into hip hop. Gotta show love once again. TDE doing her thing. Kendrick and SZA continue to sell out. Great shows. Kendrick is on a level that we haven't seen in a long time in hip hop. Probably having the greatest run when it comes to a year or possibly 2 years with the things that man is doing. Kudos to him. And SZA is right along with her. She's doing some great things. TDE is winning because Dolce is popping. She on the new remix with Westside Gun where she snaps, show you she can spit. And then she has a new track with The Weeknd, Limitless. If you haven't heard it, tap in. She is doing her thing. And then I got to show love to Lefty, who is actually going to drop Gunplay from his name, but it's still Lefty Gunplay at this now. His project just dropped. His release is called Can't Get Right with my guy, Jason Martin. What? Jason Martin, who is Problem, if you don't know. He's on the album. He's a big piece of it. Helped Lefty put this album together, and it is slappers all day. It is fire. If you haven't heard it, go and tap in. Next time I'm in the whip, I'm about to be playing that because that thing was really dope. And I was somebody like, man, I don't know if Lefty gonna be able to do it. Some of the stuff I heard prior, it wasn't hitting to me. The lyricism wasn't there. I don't know if they helping him with his bars, Jason Martin and whatever camp it is, but whatever they doing, he hit the mark with this album. Dope. You know, the lyrics are pretty cool. They dope. You can vibe to them. The beats are slapping, and it is West Coast. And it's about damn time with Kendrick shining that the West Coast get the light back. I told you yesterday about Rayvon. Go tap into that. You got, more like Reason is coming with new work from Carson. Like, it's a lot of dope hip hop. G. Pierco, it seems like he's dropping something every week, man. So it's a lot of West Coast hip hop that's going up. So make sure you guys tap in. And before I get out of here, I got to show love to the mothers because it is Mother's Day weekend. If you celebrate it, should be celebrating your mothers every day if you can. But you got to show love to the women of your life that help bring you life. And it's not just your mother. It can be aunties, your grandmothers, just ladies in your life that have been motherly figures. It is our weekend. Matter of fact, we should be showing them and honoring them as much as we can daily, but especially this weekend, hooking them up with dope gifts, taking them out, enjoying them, because without women, none of us will be breathing. So much love to the ladies out there. I hope you guys are, having a good time this weekend and have many plus fun. If you like sports, tap in and we can have a talk when I'm back Monday about what happened. But much love to the women who help when it comes to my life. My mom, my grandmothers, my aunties, my cousins, my little sister, like all the people who were a part of my life, the women who a lot of them are now mothers doing their thing. So much love to them. Much love to you mothers out there. We love y'all, and we're going to make sure we protect y'all the best as you can. I thank you for tapping in here with me with the Eminem Show. That is Mykell Mathieu. And you know what it is. You read there down below. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, sports, culture, entertainment, breaking news, social media talks. I got you covered. Go and follow me, Mykell the PG, on Instagram and Twitter. Facebook, it is Mykell Mathieu. You see the name there. Wherever else you can find me, just look me up. You can actually Google me now. I'm popping a little bit. I got a little wave going on. So I thank you guys for tapping in today. Gotta go enjoy some of this weather and gotta watch some of these playoff basketball. I will talk to you guys Monday where we gonna see how these NBA playoffs are turning out and whatever craziness that must come out. Hey, see you guys next week. Peace. Yeah.